One viewer. What a fucking loser. No viewers. That's crazy. We talking about, man? Maybe they'll jump on in a second. Fuck it. What up, everybody? Right now, it's nobody, but that's cool. And I just want to jump on here, man. I said I was going to stream more and just talk about regular shit that wasn't scripted or, none of that. Uh, I got a lot of big things happening, man. I made a video on Instagram earlier on my story saying just like a lot of people get caught up in the destination or whatever they trying to do and not the journey. You know what I'm saying? And Chappelle had a quote that said, "You never know when it's the time we get together that's going to create the memories that last a lifetime." That shit kind of like burned into my brain because I thought about that. Like in my world of comedy, I watched the Fat Tuesday documentary, and if you don't know what it is, I think it's on Amazon Prime. Go check it out. It is produced by Guy Tori. Him and Joe Torre, his brother, they had a show at the Comedy Store on Sunset. And first, them they get the Comedy Store got three rooms in there. They got the belly room, which is the smallest room. Then they got the original room. They call it the OR. That's the one that started it all. And now they got the main room, which is the big joint, right? So initially, the Fat Tuesdays comedy show was in the belly room, but it became too big. They had to move it to the main room eventually. And all the celebs will be there. Tupac, Shaq, Kobe, everybody, all the who's in LA would be at this show because it was the biggest shit popping. You know what I'm saying? And I would listen to these stories from all these celebrities, and I used to be like, damn, watch the documentary, Chappelle, all them, like, yo, this was it, Tuesday night, the Comedy Store, Fat Tuesdays. And I just remember thinking, like, man, what a time to be alive. That's my phrase, right? What a time to be alive. So I had to stop and think for a second, was like, yo, those same memories that they created back then, in the moment, they didn't think that those memories was going to be the memories that they are now. You know what I mean? They were just living in the moment. So I start taking every day that I seen these situations happening and saying, this is part of a documentary. Even if it's a documentary that never leaves my head, when I look back, I'm gonna be like, yo, one night, boom, boom, boom. So I said, let's stop focusing on the destination so much and let's focus on the journey. Let's appreciate each day, each step. Like, this is my second Benny the Butcher skit, right? I did last time, Summertime Butch last year. He hit me again. Yo, it's this, let's go. Boom, I did it again. I done two movies. Now they ain't blockbuster hits or in the theaters, but nonetheless, two movies. There was a time in my life where I couldn't fathom either of these things happening. Me doing a skit on Benny the Butcher's album, let alone doing a skit, even me just knowing this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't fathom that. Me doing getting auditioning for roles and getting them. And I'm in a movie with Will Ferrell. I don't got no lines. They got clipped. You know what I'm saying? I had a little one line, but I'm in it. You know what I mean? I couldn't fathom that at one point. So if I focused on the journey instead of the destination, every time I'm doing one of those things, I'm like, yo, this is it. You know what I mean? Like I'm here. I'm actually doing it. I'm doing what most people say they want to do or they're afraid they can't do. Shit like that, man. So it was like for me, I just wrapped up a second movie last Saturday. Uh I'm not even being funny in that movie. That's what made me like the movie so much because I got to play a role that's outside of comedy. And I think I did a really good job. I'm looking forward to seeing that come out. I already got another movie out on Tubi. It's called We Outside. You can check that out. The link be in my bio on Instagram, but it's We Outside on Tubi. Um, yeah, man. So it's like I wanted to focus on that, man. I was like, yo, this is one of them things where you just gotta appreciate those small wins. Because those small wins stack up and stack up and stack up. And you never know. Gary Owen used to always have this saying, he said, work gets work. And he explained it. He said, anytime he's gotten one opportunity, it came from something he did in another opportunity. So if he got a movie role here, it's because someone saw him doing something else. So him working gave him more work. And when he explained that, I'm like, damn, that's a good way to look at it, right? And then kind of a spinoff of that for me was when it comes to creativity, right? Because I'm an artist, I'm a creative. I got to come up with ways to make people laugh, different ideas. A lot of the things that I'm doing now, 5.5 years being in LA, I would have never even thought about 5 years ago. The editing I'm learning, the videos, the concepts, the ideas, the planning, all this shit I would have never, even my writing got better. Having to write videos for Instagram and come up with ideas and different concepts made my writing even better. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're a creative, the more you create, the better you get at creating. It's like a comedian, you see him on day one on stage, you be like, ah. And 10 years from now, you're like, damn, he nice. It's because he kept writing, kept creating, brain kept working, he getting sharper and sharper. So like me creating all this entertainment on social media made my jokes better on stage. It made my content better on different platforms. So it was like the work is getting me more work. You know what I'm saying? And my videos on Instagram is how I met Butch. Met him in Atlanta, been cool ever since. That's family now. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm learning to appreciate the things because I'm gonna tell you right now, I be seeing some niggas on YouTube, but right now, listen, let me explain something to you. Right now, there is two people viewing this, and I don't know, and I just went to one. I don't know where they're at. I'm streaming to Twitch, I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube, right? I don't even know where that one viewer is coming from. There's no comments, nothing. You know how dumb it feels like I'm on FaceTime with nobody. Whoever that one person is watching, salute you. Because it feels like I'm talking to nobody. But guess what? I'll look back 5 years from now, and if streaming is still a thing, when that little eyeball with the numbers, it'll say 8K or 10K or something crazy. And I'm like, damn, I remember it was one person watching. So I'm just learning to enjoy the journey, man, and appreciate the small wins. The small, you get an opportunity to do this. Cool. Yo, you want to do 5 minutes on stage? Yeah, cool. Sold out show in the city. Yo, you want to do it? Open up? Yeah, cool. Do 10 minutes. Bet. Because you never know, man. People coming up to you and be like, yo, can I get a picture with you? I'm going to tell you a story. So, me, Tony Rock, John Grimes, we in Chicago, right? I flew out there. I wanted to film Tony to get reels for his page, right? When we get there, he's like, yo, you going to open a show, whatever, you going to do a set. I'm like, cool, bet, I'll do that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to turn that down. I love it. I went out there just to film. But the fact that he let me go up was something I appreciated. So I did a show Saturday. I did the second show Saturday, and I did the only show Sunday. Sundays for me typically have been slower nights or older crowds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I haven't been on a lot of shows where Sundays like booming. So I did my Saturday show. I did really good. I was excited. We went out. I was like, oh man, this is fun. Go out Sunday, murder that shit. Probably my best performance ever, right? I'm like, yo, I didn't even film this shit. What the fuck? Anyways, none of that matters. After the show, I'm out there filming Tone and Grammy and them. They're signing merch, Tone signing shit, people buying t-shirts. Oh my God, I love the show. Everybody loving Tone, John Kill. I'm like, cool. I'm just sitting there. I'm playing my part. I'm a role player. Yo, you need this? What you need help with? Well, I ain't got no pride. I ain't no too good to be like, oh, go set this up or go help with this. Nah, whatever you need to make this weekend boom, I got you. I'm here. I'm working with you. Let's work. So this lady saying, yo, something about a picture. I'm like, yeah, yeah, hey, hand me the phone. She's like, nah, I want a picture with you. I look back thinking she talking to Grammy. I'm like, you talking me? She was like, yeah, you were so funny. Oh my God, you had tears coming out my eyes. In a minute, I just wanted to be like, time out, time out. Yo, y'all hear this shit? Nah. Say it again. Let me record that. That feeling is fucking crazy. Having somebody tell you, like, yo, I needed that laugh. Bro, what? Nah. That was the best feeling in the world. And then the other thing, too, imposter syndrome. Me and John talked about this on a podcast. When I first heard that term, I thought imposter syndrome meant like you was faking some shit, like you was acting like something you wasn't. That's what I thought it meant. Then when I looked it up, it's like, nah, when you're in a position, you don't feel like you belong there. you feel like you're an imposter and shit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out WYS WSY filth. I see you, bro. No, you feel like an imposter. Like, so somebody coming to you like, yo, can I get a picture with you? You be like, me? Why me? You got to get out of that mindset. You got to know that you belong there. And that's very hard for me because I'm a very humble person. And I talked about this on a podcast too, but I'll say it again. There's a verse in Luke. I can't remember. I never remember the chapter, but basically they're having a dinner, right? Some dinner, and everybody's coming in. You know what I mean? All the guests are coming in, and this one dude goes right to like the ahead of the table, like not the head, but like a VIP spot. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in the he. This is the somebody spot. And the motherfucker in the Bible saying, yo, don't come in and take the big spot because then somebody more important comes in than you, and they're like, yo, bro, go sit down there, bro. That's his seat. Now you like a fool. And then the other dude come in and say, you come in and take the low seat. And then they're like, nah, you up here, big dog. You're like, oh shit, cool. It's better to humble yourself and be exalted than exalt yourself and be humble. That's the message, right? Like I said, I'm not a Bible. I'm not even really I'm a spiritual person. I don't go to church or nothing like that. I believe in God and all that. But that Bible verse, I, I'll never forget that shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Because so when I go into everything, I treat it like I'm just fortunate and I'm appreciative to be here. I don't want to be like, yeah, y'all know it's me. And I guess in some serious scenarios, you gotta do that. You gotta be the nigga that's like, nah, this is me, bro. I'm in here. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's hard for me to do that. So when that lady asked me to take the picture, I was like, damn, I was very, you know what I mean? I was very humble by that. It felt good. It was just a blessing, you know what I mean? But again, you never know what comes from continually putting in the work and just keeping your head down and just going forward and making the best out of it. Like, for instance, I had a conversation with uh, a dude I fuck with from New York. His name is Wayno, right? He was an A&R. He worked at Rockefeller, Quality Control Music, all this shit, right? Go check his page out. I think it's Wayno119, I believe. Let me look at it right now. Yeah, Wayno119 on Instagram, right? So I seen him been more active on YouTube and on Instagram. So I was chopping it up with him today on the phone and shit, like via Instagram. And he was telling me, like, "I- this is why I did this. This is why I did this. Boom, boom, boom. This is paying off." And I didn't even message him about me. It was about somebody else. I was trying to help my homeboy out. But the message he gave me from my homeboy helped me. I'm like, yo, that shit crazy. I'm like, it resonated with me. I'm like, oh, noted. I got it. So salute to Wayno, man. I appreciated that, man. But he's somebody in the music business. You know what I mean? Go check him out. Um, but yeah, man. So it's like I shot these movies. What his last movie? I just did this skit with Butch. I be hitting the road with Tone every once in a while. And now with this YouTube shit that I'm trying to do, trying to be uh more consistent, more locked in, more just grinding, putting out content. And here's the thing, right? So sometimes I made a video today on Instagram, right? And excuse me, sorry. I made a video on Instagram today, and it was about some girl said she woke up and she paid her dude only had like $6,800 left on his student loan, so she paid it off. And then somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, I wouldn't have paid $68." And they just cleaning her up, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really a funny video, but it was something that I was like, I can find some humor in this. I made the video and thought about not even posting it. I was like, man, I'm gonna just post an old video I got because I got shit to do today. I don't got time to, you know what I mean, try to figure something out. I said, fuck it. I filmed it. I post the video, right? It ain't going viral or nothing like that, but it's doing way better than some of the videos I posted this week that I thought would be taken off. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? So it's like, you just never know what the thing is that's going to be the thing that booms you, you know what I'm saying, to the next fucking level. You just don't know, you know what I mean? Like I posted that and it's doing really well. I posted shit that I put my all into and I'm looking at the views like this can't be it. You know what I mean? Like the clip on a podcast is almost at 1 million views now about Grammy saying, how old was you when you let your barber stop touching your lip to line you up? I told the story like 4 or 5 times now. This was the very last part of the podcast we did that episode. I was about to wrap it up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, real quick, I got a question for you." I'm like, all right, what's that? Asked me the question. I was like, "What the fuck you talking about?" Went back and forth for a couple minutes. Ended the podcast. I laughed, but it was like I ain't think nothing of it. All right, cool. I edited the podcast. Get to the end. I edit it. I'm laughing like, okay, it's funny. I make a reel out of that along with the other clips from the podcast, that episode. I make all the reels and shit. I post the one that I thought was the funniest on Monday to get the week started. Like, yeah, let's get the ball started and push this thing. So I post that joint on Monday. It did okay. On Tuesday, I post the lip shit. I go on set to film. I'm on set for like an hour. Grammy text me, yo, bro, this shit going crazy on the internet. You posted on TikTok too? I'm like, what are you talking about? I look, that shit had like 60,000 views in an hour. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I go right on TikTok because I forgot to upload it. I uploaded on TikTok, boom. I checked TikTok like 30 minutes later, that joint at 50K. I'm like, oh shit. That's a perfect example of you never know what's going to catch. Cause I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was a million views funny. It's over a 500,000 on TikTok right now. It's about to hit a million on Instagram. I didn't think it was that funny. But people was like, I'm still getting notifications on the phone every day I wake up. Yo, you got violated, bro. I'm like, man, this shit going crazy. So it's just like you never know, man. So like I wanted to tell people because outside of me making people laugh, I like to give out advice or some gems just along the way. I'm Unc now, man. I'm 41. They calling me Unc in the comments and shit. I'm OG now. This is crazy. But I ain't mad at it, man, because the life I lived is bananas. I should have probably been about to here at like 16, keeping it a buck. And if you don't believe me, go back to the Chronicles of Mike Murphy on this YouTube channel or on YouTube comedian Mike Murphy and go back to some of the stories I told. I was wow. So the fact that I'm still here, that was a blessing. But no, so when I get some game, I feel like, yo, those who know are responsible for those who don't know. I tell everybody, I tell my friends that, I tell my daughter that. The people who know, they're responsible for the people who don't know. Just think about it like this. Your mom, your dad, your grandmother, your uncles, big cousins, they know shit from life. If they see you about to do some shit that they know you don't know, they supposed to be like, nah, don't touch that. You'll burn your hands. Don't run out into the street without looking both ways. You can get hit by a car. Those who know are responsible for those who don't know. So when I learn something or I find something out, I'm quick to reach out to somebody who don't know and be like, yo, I know you don't know this. Boom, boom, boom. So when I was thinking about this today, I just been reflecting and shit. I was like, nah, let me I was doing a video and I said, nah, let me go live. I want to start going live more and talking. You know what I mean? And I remember, here's the funny thing, right? I'm looking at the viewer count. It's 2 people, 2 likes on a video, right? Most people will give up. I'm not, because I'm not here for, you know what I mean? I'm not here for how many numbers I could do. I just had something to say. I used to do this live show Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock Western Pacific Standard Time, and then 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Monday through Friday, I was doing it every week. And I remember like the first 2 or 3 episodes, it was like this: 2, 3 people watching, it wasn't shit. I was like, this is some bullshit. Then, excuse me, then it started to pick up. And then I remember being happy that there will be 30 people watching. I remember I'd be excited about that. Because I go on live on Instagram right now, and I swear to God, I have probably 180, 220 people on there watching. 'Cause I got more followers on there. But I want to commit to YouTube more because this is the platform that I can really do what I want. So I got to let go of that instant gratification of let me get more viewers. So let me go live on the platform that don't pay me shit. And I got to build a community on this platform. And I'm streaming on Twitch right now too. Um, I never used Twitch. I just know that this software I'm using, you can broadcast to multiple platforms at once. So that's what I'm doing. I'm testing it out. I'm basically just stepping out and out of my comfort zone and just doing this shit just to see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. Twitch might not be for me. Twitch feels like a YN vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like all that live streaming. Like I think that would be really good if I was like on the road doing shows and like a vlog thing, like where the shit I'm doing is like, oh, this is exciting. We want to see the green room before you go do a big sold out theater. And yo, we going to go try out this restaurant. And if I was living a life like that, I think the streaming shit will be way better But I think for what I'm doing right now, maybe Twitch ain't the platform, but I'm on there and I'm gonna stream and I'm gonna see what happens. And you know what I mean? We're gonna figure it out. I'm going to fucking make it some way or another. I'm gonna figure out what it is. Like I just started this segment on Mike Murphy TV, another YouTube channel. And basically I'm giving out advice. At first I wanted to do just relationship advice. And then I was like, nah, I want to give out advice to, on anything. Now here's how it came about. I'm not afraid to share this story. So I knew I wanted to get YouTube to be the platform what I was doing the most on, you know what I mean? Because financially it makes more sense. So that's what I wanted to focus on was YouTube. But I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I'm making Timberland, roasting people on Instagram and talking about different, liquors and shit like that. All that's cool, but that's not long form. And I needed something that brands will be able to see value in and say, yo, we like what you're doing. We want to offer you a brand deal, a sponsorship, whatever. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what can I do? So then I started thinking about the relationship advice because I'm like, it's not that it's trendy right now, but all that red pill shit where people were telling women that they're useless and all this shit after a certain age. And if they got kids, their value is all that shit, whatever. I don't care if it's 100% true, 100% wrong. I don't want to talk about that. But relationships and the man and woman dynamic is something that is booming right now. So I was like, that could be something that I can add my value to. But then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be just so strictly niche on that. Again, I told you earlier, I'm Unc now. I know a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I went to the military at 18. I had to grow up fucking fast. So I know a lot of shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give advice for anybody. So I put the email out there. People was DMing me shit already. I was already getting a couple DMs about shit. So I was like, let me just read these, give the advice, and then boom. So then I did 3 episodes last week, and episode just came out today, the third episode, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Mike Murphy TV. Check that out. Go subscribe if you're not. Like the videos, share. But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm gonna drop those. And I got so far right now, I got enough emails and DMs to put out a nice amount of episodes. And I'm hoping from that time until that shit runs out, that the videos do well enough that more people see it and say, yo, let me send some shit in. I want this. I want his take. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could be entertaining as well as helpful, that's two birds in one stone. So that's my goal. You know what I mean? So now I'm being more YouTube forward focused. And I still want to push it out on Instagram. You got to. That's a platform you got to capitalize on. It's one of the best. Facebook as well. But yeah, but it's just like, here's another thing. Because I don't want to get off track, but I told this story a while back. So in 2011, I got indicted by the feds on a drug charge. Now, I wasn't selling drugs, so I don't want nobody being like, "Oh, he looked like a cocaine cowboy." Nah, I wasn't selling drugs. You know what I mean? One of my closest friends that I knew since we was kids, he was getting it. You know what I'm saying? This was just my friend. And when I say friend, it was like I was really probably the only person that was his friend that wasn't benefiting from him. Most of the other people who were around him and broing him and dapping him up needed him for something, whether it was money, whether he was they connect, whatever it was, they kind of needed him. I didn't. This was just my friend. So everything I did for him was just out of genuine love and, you know what I mean, for my friend. So when we get jammed up or whatever, I take it on the chin. I get probation because they know I'm not involved. You know what I'm saying? I get probation. I'm out. But now I'm thinking, yo, I've been a dude that always had a good job. I was in the military. I came home. I had a job working for Allegheny County probation. Like I was always knowing I could get a good job because I had a clean record. Now I got a felony. So I'm thinking, what the fuck am I gonna do? But but while I was with him, my man's, while we was hanging, kicking it or whatever, I always put him first for the most part. He could call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is not a scenario I'm making up. This actually happened. He was going like 110 miles an hour in his Audi on one of these highways. And this highway is a small highway, like the speed limit, like 55, I think, or 60 or some shit. He doing a buck 10 or something, get pulled over. He called me like, yo, the state trooper said if I can get somebody to come pick up the car with a license, they won't tow it. Can you come? I'm like, yeah. But I'm thinking when I get there, how I'm gonna get the car if I'm already in another vehicle? I had to go find somebody else, go pick him up, switch car, do all that, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning because I know that I can't leave my boy out there like that. We go in the clubs, I wouldn't even drink. He's drinking, I'm watching his back. I see somebody like, I'm like, yo, what's good? He's like, no, he cool, bro. I'm like, you sure? I always put him first because I felt like he needed me to be there for him in a way that other people wasn't. So I was always there for him. And I wasn't putting myself first. Ended up in a jam where I got indicted. Now I got his felony. He's in the feds. I'm by myself. At that moment, I was like, yo, I got to put myself, I got to be player number one. I got to be Mario. I can't be Luigi. I got to be Batman. I can't be Robin no more. I got to be that dude that's the main one. My man, Darren Walls, his nickname is Teets. He played for the Falcons and he played for the Jets. We would go see him when he played these games, and when we would be there, whatever he needed, we got it. Yo, bro, what you need? We'll go get the liquor. We'll go get this section. Yo, somebody got a problem with you? I'll deal with it. You got too much to lose. Again, I was being number two because he was in a better position. Once I start saying, yo, I'm fucking player number one, my fucking life changed. I started doing comedy. Now when I go out, niggas is like, yo, I'm player number one. And I got the best friends in the world who do what I was doing for other people for me. If I go out, we in a bar or something, and they see it getting low, yo, bro, let's take off. Or yo, step back. Just in case. Oh, you sure? Yeah, yeah. Don't get it. You got too much, bro. We don't want you, you know what I'm saying? Because they know when I'm on, they on. You know what I'm saying? So it feels so good to be fucking player number one. But it was because I put myself first. And now it's like I just had an opportunity to do something again. It was gonna make me player two again. And the person who I was talking to was like, I do want you to do this for me, pause, but I don't want to stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you're meant to be doing. And I was like, damn. So now I'm player one. You know what I'm saying? I'll do player two shit every once in a while. I'll Luigi some shit. I'll Scottie Pippen some shit here and there. But for the most part, I'm player one. I'm focusing on me. You know what I'm saying? Until I take off and I become the star and then I get to put other people in position. But it's just a crazy fucking being out in this world of entertainment and shit is fucked up because you see opportunities to make money doing something else that ain't what your path is. And you be like, ah, and I'll be honest, I'm a transparent motherfucker. Like I like to be real with people. Some niggas like to fake the funk and shit. I had a job that was making a lot of money, 180,000. Just say it, 180K is what I was doing out here. Now out here, that's not a lot out here. It's decent, but it's still not. If I was back in Pittsburgh, a buck 80, leave me alone, peasants. But out here, I was still doing well. I had this job, and in the course of the 1 year I had the job, it was the only 1 year I had the job. I said, I've only done 5 shows in this 1 year since I had this job because I'm working so many hours that when I get off, all I have time to do is go to the gym, eat, and go to sleep. People like, yo, I got a show for you, but it wouldn't pay. It'd be locally, but I'd be like, bro, I got to get up in the morning. I can't do that. And I remember Grimy, who I do the podcast with, a bunch of people was like, yo, did you come out here to work this job or did you come out here to be a star? And I was like, fuck, I knew leaving that job was gonna make me broke or put me in a position where I had to just hustle like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I knew that. And I was scared as shit. And I kept thinking about it, but I didn't want to take the jump yet. And I sort of go, so my supervisor, and I told the story on the podcast, but we live now. So I'm gonna just tell y'all. I went to work one day. I was doing garbage trucks, picking up dumpsters at businesses and houses, like apartments and shit. So one day I I got no sleep because I was up the night before editing the podcast. And I was having trouble with the editing, trying to figure out how to make these reels. So my mind was kind of distracted or whatever, right? So when I get to work, I ain't really had a lot of sleep. I'm distracted from that shit. Then I dumped this can at this Mexican restaurant into the back of the truck. It's like, you put the forks in and you dump it over top. I did that, and this fucking like all this grease and like taco meat juice ran down on the window. Nasty as fuck. I don't even know why I did it. It must have been a hole or some shit in the can. So I'm like, fuck. I rush back to the yard so they could hose off the truck. I get it cleaned up, but now that's kind of putting me off of my schedule a little bit. So now I'm rushing to get back. When I'm rushing, I dump this can out this apartment complex and I'm backing out the driveway. And because I got so distracted, I never put the arms back up. I sideswiped the car, right? Hit this fucking car. And I was like, oh, I wanted them to just fire me. Cause it's like being in a relationship with a girl, right? You want to break up with her, but you don't want to do it. So you just like start becoming like a fuck up. So she'd be like, hey, this ain't working. And you're like, oh, for real, I'm sorry. Yes. I wanted that to happen. I wanted them to fire me. So when she came, I'm like, yo, they gonna fire me for this? She was like, oh, I don't know. She was giving me like some vague answer. I'm like, all right, cool. Swear to God, I never told nobody at the job I did comedy. I don't know why I kept it on the low. She's talking to me and she's like, yo, can I ask you something? Shout out Tina. Samoan. I don't know how to say her last name because it's mad long, but Tina knows who she is. She said, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, what's that? She said, do you do comedy? And I tried to hide it on my face. She like snickered. I'm like, oh, what made you ask that? She was like, yo, we just been watching your videos for like 30 minutes in the office. You funny as shit. She was like, you had us crying. Why you ain't ever tell nobody? I'm thinking like, I'm here to do a different job. And I was like, I don't know. I gave her one of them answers. And she was like, I got a question for you. I'm like, why? She was like, why are you working here? I was like, I got bills. And she was like, no, no, no. You said you from the East Coast, you moved out here for this. I didn't know all that. Why you working here doing this and not doing that? And when I went to tell her about the bills again, she's like, yeah, I hear all that. You got bills. Gotta make a way. She was like, you a grown man, so I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do, but put the 2 week notice in. Stop fucking around, all right? We saw you, you got what it takes. This ain't it. Some people we meant to do this. This ain't what you meant to do. She's like, and you one of my best drivers. This is an accident just because you was a little bit distracted. It ain't like you can't drive. She was like, you just had an accident because your mind's somewhere else. And when she said that, I was like, oh shit, she's right. I'm thinking about the podcast and all this. She's like, put your 2 weeks in. God will make a way for you. I'm like, ah, yeah, cool, cool, cool. That was a Monday. She takes off the rest of the week because she's sick. By the time she got back next Monday, I had put my 2 weeks in. Every single day, I felt like I was in a prison. Like, nah, I didn't come out here for this 5 shows in a year. Fuck no. Fuck that money. I'd rather wake up every day and live my life doing this shit. Fuck no. I quit the fucking job. Within 3 days of me quitting the job, I had booked 5 shows to headline. Now, here's the flip side of that coin. All 5 of those shows got canceled because of low ticket sales. Not because I'm not good at it, not because I don't know how to do marketing like that. Like I didn't know how to promote them that right. So they got canceled. Did it feel embarrassing? Sort of, but not really. I didn't take it as like a blow to like my ego or my pride, like, oh, this nigga's a bum. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at it like that. What I looked at it like is you got an opportunity to do something and you didn't take it serious. Because if you did, you would have learned how to promote and figured it out. You would have asked a million and one questions like you do anything else that you're really serious about. Because when I had to learn how to edit using Final Cut or CapCut or any of those things, I asked a million and one questions. I watched 30,000 YouTube videos, all that shit, self-taught myself to edit all this shit, right? So if I really wanted to know how to promote myself to sell tickets with the 270,000 some followers I got combined, I would have done it and I didn't. So I looked at that as a lesson of you ain't doing it. Do you really want this shit or not? You quit your fucking job. Now you just think you're gonna post a flyer, nigga. You're not fucking Chappelle. You can't just say, yo, I'm gonna be in this city, pull up, and they pull up. You gotta do the work. And I didn't. So I used that as a learning, as a like a teachable lesson. You want something bad enough, you have to exhaust all means. In the military, they teach you that. If my section chief said, yo, bro, go do this, I say, okay, cool. I knew without having to be told again, do not come back to me and say it can't be done. You don't know how to do it, etc., until you have exhausted all means of trying. And they beat that shit into your head. Y'all couldn't do this. Did you do this? Nah, but we'll go fuck out of here. Go do that. Figure it out. You be like, oh shit. So now I'm like, yo, until I've exhausted all means, I can't say I can't do something. So I didn't do the promotion as well as I should have. And I kind of regret that. But I use it as a teachable moment and that won't happen again. So now all I'm doing is building my setup, getting my hour good, working on other ways to make the show more performative. Because what I'm learning from comedians like Nate Jackson, shout Nate Jackson now, he got a special on Netflix. You should go check it out. Matt Rife, a lot of these comedians, even Gary Owen now and Tony Rock and all these people, they're starting to do crowd work or they're taking bits that they can't ever use again and posting the clips, right? They're involving the audience a little bit more than traditional go up there and talk for 60 minutes and everybody either laughs or be quiet. Now it's like, yo, where you from? How you doing? You know what I mean? People go to shows expecting that. And it's just the way the comedy game is going now. So if I learn how to work up to this, I got 30 minutes of material. And then in that 30 minutes, I'm weaving in interactions with the audience. Or me and John Grimes is doing a show together, because that's my man, 100 grand. We go on stage together and we go back and forth like we do on a podcast. Or we, yo, what you think? And it's interactive. People leave saying, yo, I had a great time. It don't necessarily have to be 60 minutes so he made me laugh the whole time. It's the interactions. So I'm just looking at different ways to branch out and to become great at what I'm doing and make money off it. You know what I'm saying? And the hard thing about working a job too, right? Even though I was making a lot of money from that job, at one point, I remember getting paid $3,500 for a show, one show that I did a 15-minute set. Will Stumbling, what's up, bro? I see you. I got paid $3,500 for one show for 15 minutes, right? Knowing that I can do that, or I could do a promo for somebody on my Instagram and they pay me whatever, I'm not going to disclose that, but they pay me that amount. And then knowing what it takes me to work a regular job to make that is makes you sick to your stomach. That's why I probably never in my life can go back to a regular job. Honestly, I don't know how I went back to that job. I think I just got sidetracked. Like I just wanted to do fun shit and I needed bread. So I was like, let me go back and get a job. Thinking I could do both. You can't. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah, so for me, it was like knowing what I can make doing my talent, my passion, my purpose. I can't go back to a regular job. I can't. I can't. Like I fucking can't. Hey, Will, what up, bro? You said what you got going on. Hey man, I'm just chatting, man, just telling people my journey, what I'm going through right now, my thing. But you know, you can go back and check it out because I don't want to get off track, but it'll be posted on the YouTube when we wrap it up. But no, so realizing that I was like, nah, I know my purpose is. I came out here to Los Angeles to do this. I got to do it. But now I'm giving it my all. So any support that y'all could give me, greatly appreciated. I'm about to come out with some t-shirts to sell some merch, but I'm just coming up with different creative ways to continue to be player number one. Mario, Jordan, Batman. I don't want to be the assistant. I don't want to be the help. I don't want to be number two. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the joystick you give your little brother that ain't connected. So he act like he playing a game and he stopped crying. I don't want that. I want to be the controlling this shit. You know what I mean? And so I'm just getting serious as fuck about my goals and my purpose because Kevin Hart told me this one time, right? I was talking to him about my social media. I said I didn't like posting every day. I started feeling like a job. And he said, it is a job. And I kind of looked at him like, nah, what are you talking about social media? And he said, you either want to be doing that or do you want to work a regular job? And I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, I just talked to my man Wayno earlier. And like I said, I reached out to him about trying to help my man with something that they got in common. And he was like, would you rather work overtime at a job to get taxed and, you know, doing something you don't like, or work overtime making content or videos or, you know, whatever? Like the time you put into it, you're going to get back out of it. Just like anything. The more you put into it, the more you get back out of it. He's like, and sometimes it's discouraging. This is what he told me, right? I'm gonna share this with y'all because it's not like, you know, private or nothing. When he started doing his YouTube, he was, for y'all don't know, like I said, he's a music A&R and he's in that, his world is music. So he was doing videos touching on the Drake and Kendrick topic at the time. And his shit was booming because it was a trending topic. But then once that kind of died down, he was making videos about other stuff. He said the views would only be a couple hundred and it was discouraging at first, but he kept going. And now he's not making no less than a certain amount of thousand views per video. And he's putting up whatever he feels like he wants to talk about. He's not chasing what's trending. He's not trying to go after the thing that's the hot topic. I mean, it may be a hot topic, but he's discussing anything music related that's going on that he wants to put out. And he's scaling his page up a lot. And he's making good money. He has total control over his platform. All the stuff he couldn't do at some of these other companies that he worked for, he can do on his YouTube. And he's like, yo, it's the most freedom I ever had. I love it. So I'm telling my man, it's like, yo, you got to get on it. But hearing him say that was like, the you want to do overtime there or here? So right now, all my like this YouTube channel got like almost 6,900 subscribers. I don't really got a lot of views. And I think the point with that was because a lot of them came from Instagram. And when I was posting like Instagram videos on YouTube shorts, those would do well. But when I would do long form, some people weren't tapped in. The only thing that people really cared about on this channel was the Chronicles of Mike Murphy. And I stopped doing them because I felt like there wasn't no value in them. And then I realized that people like those stories because I'm not lying. I got facts to back it all up. You know what I'm saying? And so people just were interested in a part of my life that was personal. It wasn't the artist. So now I got two channels. I got this channel, and this is more of my personal stuff where I'll do lives like this where I'm talking to y'all about what's going on and just regular stuff behind the scenes. I might talk about my daughter or my career or something that happened. You know what I mean? Personal stuff. And then the Mike Murphy TV is for the entertainment. You go there and you want to be entertained. So I separated the two so I can grow my audience and build like that. Because ultimately, I want to make money off YouTube, indeed, because I'm not gonna put all this work in and not make nothing. But I want to funnel my audience to live shows where they say, yo, this nigga Mike Murphy gonna be in Boston. My man Wilt shout him out. He said be in Boston. Yo, he gonna be in Boston. Yo, we gotta pull up. He funny as hell. And then when I go to, yo, I'm in Boston, I'm doing all the promo runs for Boston. Let's say the venue hold 350, comedy club, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, yo, I got one show there one night. I'm hoping I could at least do 270. If I could do 270, I'll be happy with that. Then the comedy club hits you like, hey, we think about adding a show. The venue already sold out for the first one. You want to add another one or you want to add another day? What you want to do? Oh, word? Yeah. It was already sold out. Oh, bet. Let's add a show for the same night. Let's do it. We was doing a 7, now let's do a 9:30. Cool. Then that joint sell 250 or you like, oh shit, I'm popping in Boston. Yo, bro, we love your YouTube, your Instagram, you funny. Yo, you killed it on stage. I needed that. Bro, that's my dream. But I realized I was not putting my fucking foot on the gas the way I'm supposed to. And I'm acting like somebody gonna give me some shit. And getting down to your last couple of dollars and having to buy equipment or do some shit, that shit's scary, dog. Being like, yo, man, when this shit gonna start, when this shit gonna pop? I need a check, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, yo, before it gets too late, I don't got much, I ain't getting younger, you know what I mean? And we never know what tomorrow's promised. So while I still got breath in my lungs and blood in my heart pumping and shit, and my brain is working, I need to just keep going, just grinding, putting in all this work to get the outcome that I want. And so again, man, it's like I need to do more lives. I need to do, more content. I need to be more present. When I have a thought or I think something's funny, I need to just put it out there because you never know what will catch. Anybody who's been following me from the beginning, like when the Timberland video went viral, the story behind that is very unique. And this is why I know God got a plan for me and I'm right on the path that I need to be, right? So this was a video I thought about for a while because like Timberlands, yeah, New York, they started in New York. Like that's who made them popular. But in Pittsburgh, Timberlands are a big thing too. Like Philly as well, like all on the East Coast. That's our thing. My friends used to always get on me because I'd be wearing the Timbs in the summertime. And they'd be like, yo, this nigga, wow. I just like that's just my favorite footwear of all time is the Timberland. You know what I mean? So when I thought about seeing people from like these small market cities like Kansas City, Tampa, Milwaukee, like cities like that, those people don't give a fuck what boots they wear. They wear the single sole, the butt naked joints. They don't care. As long as it's got the tree, they think it's valid. The same way that like Latinos, Dominicans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans be wearing them 6-ring Jordans and them spikes and shit. Nah, them shits is whack. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna just make a video saying like, yo, which ones is which? Just made it. And it only came about because I normally pick up my daughter from the after school program, but she was cutting up. So I was like, don't go to the after school program. I'm gonna pick you up right after school. I don't know what time she gets out of school. I'm gonna be honest. Because I pick her from the after school program. So I get there like an hour early. I'm like, ah, shit, I'm not going back home. So I was like, you know what? I might as well make the video now. I make the Timberland video, post it, go about my day. A week goes past. It got 200, 300 views on my Instagram. I get a DM from a nigga. Dead Stock 23 out of Jersey. Shout him out. He hits me up. He runs a shoe page. He said, yo, bro, I reposted your video on my channel, on my page, but I tagged the wrong person because somebody else stole my video and watermarked their name on it because I wasn't putting my name on the videos yet. They put their name on it, even though it's my face in the fucking video. So when he reposted it, he tagged dude, giving him credit. But there was people tagging him like, nah, that ain't the right person. So once he figured out that it was me, he edited, tagged me, DM me like, yo, it's starting to go crazy on my page. Check it out. I'm like, bet. I go to his page. I'm interacting. Yo, that's me. Thanks for the love. Blah, blah, blah. I start getting a couple of followers. Funk Flex sees it, takes off. He reposted. He get like 2 mil on his page. Angie Martinez posted. It goes crazy. Noriega's comment, yo, he funny as hell. I'm starting to get booming. I went from 3,600 followers in November of 2022 to 100,000 by January 1st of 23. So in like six weeks, like 6.5 weeks, something give or take, I went from 3,600 followers to 100,000, and then went to like a buck 40, like maybe a month later. You know what I mean? Then it started to slow down because guess what? I stopped posting. And Instagram was like, oh, you don't want to post? Ah, bury your shit in the algorithm, fam. Fuck is you talking about? Stay on the platform, nigga. We'll shut your shit down. That's what they did. And then my growth slowed down. And I didn't like that at all. And that showed me that this entertainment industry is a what could you do for us now type of shit. Because as soon as I stopped posting and my buzz went down, nobody was reaching out for shows. Nobody was reaching out for me to do promo no more. I wasn't buzzing no more. And I just had to accept that. So again, it came from a video that I just made that I thought was funny and just posted it instead of worrying about, is this good? Is this the best? Kevin on Stage just did an interview with somebody, and he said, some people won't post because they're like, oh, the quality ain't great, like Instagram or TikTok specifically, not long form. And he said, do you know that most people are like on the toilet shitting, like scrolling through? You think they're gonna look like, I don't like that angle, or they're not gonna watch it? People are just scrolling and they're watching shit. He's like, okay, the footage might not be great, just post it anyways. Like you never know what can happen. Like you stop being so hung up on something that people are just flicking and scrolling and watching. Now, if you're doing some shit like YouTube, you making a video, yeah, it gotta be better. Because people are really locked in. But something they're just scrolling on, taking a shit, or they're in their bed, the light on, about to go to sleep, they're scrolling. They're not grading your quality. This ain't a Netflix deal where they're like, yeah, we got to make sure that the quality is this, that, and the third. Nah. Shout out my man Wood again. He said, Letter Chronicles been following you since before that joint and the alcohol videos. Oh, that's dope, bro. Because I didn't know that. I thought most of my subscribers outside of my family and friends back home came from like that video. So I appreciate that. But you know, it's like I'm saying, some people do, it's called paralysis by analysis. They get so paralyzed and analyzing what they want to do that they never do anything at all. They have the same idea forever, but they never put it on paper. They never, bring it to fruition. Like when it came to editing reels for the podcast, right? I would see some people where they would have like top and bottom, like both people from the episode in top and bottom, because maybe at that moment, whatever was being said, you needed to see both faces. And I could not figure out how to do that shit for the fucking life of me on CapCut, on Final Cut, on nothing. I was getting so stressed out. And I was looking at some of the people who were posting this shit, and I was like, he's dumb as fuck. I know that he can learn it, I can learn it. And I remember getting frustrated, and I was watching all these YouTube videos that were telling me how to do it. And I was like, yeah. And in my mind, because I watched those videos, I now could do it. And when I tried to do it, I couldn't because I wasn't practicing. I wasn't actually applying what I was being taught. I was watching it and saying, oh, yeah, I know how to do it when the time comes. And then when Saturday would come, it'd be my day off. And I'd be like, all right, time to make reels. I'll be sitting there like, I'm talking about 4 hours trying to make 3 or 4 60-second reels because I could not get it. Now, nigga, shoot me something. Boom, 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 real quick. Cut it out. Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Shoot them reels out quick because I learned it, but it was application of it, of what I was being taught. Some people go to seminars, they buy courses, they read books, audio books, podcasts, all this shit let me buy your package. Let me do this. Let me do that. And they never apply that shit to nothing. All they fucking do is just Talk about it. You know what I mean? So now I'm in shark mode. Y'all about to start seeing me all over your timeline, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing advice with Mike segments. I'm doing podcast clips. I'm doing my regular green screen shit that I do on Instagram and TikTok and shit. I'm about to start making more posts on Facebook. I'm about to just get lit. Y'all about to be sick of me because I'm about to take this shit to the next level and I'm about to put my all into this shit because I realize I'm not doing enough. And that's not okay with me. It's not. I'm disappointed in myself mainly because of this. So I've been having custody of my daughter since she was 3. My daughter just turned 16 in April. So when she was 14, about to be 15, so like almost a year ago, a little over a year ago, she wanted to move back home. I was engaged at the time. I broke up with Shorty. It wasn't working out. Her and her son left. It was just me and my kid. And I was doing cool at first, but then my daughter's a teenager. She want to go hang with her friends. She want to do this, but I don't be trusting her because she lying a lot. And I can't keep an eye on her like I want to. And out in LA, she might be in a cartel getting trafficked. You know what I'm saying? She get grabbed up on La Brea or something. You know what I mean? I was afraid. So when she's saying y'all want to go back home and be with my, my family and my friends there, I want to be able to go do stuff. And I'm like, I don't keep it 100. I talked about this a while back when it was happening. It was breaking my heart. I didn't want to let her go because I had her so long and I felt like my job wasn't done. I needed to get her from to 18. And then another thing, my man, shout out Joey Wells. He's the host for the Plastic Cup Boys with Kevin and him. He said he had the same situation with his son. He says sometimes letting go is actually the best thing for them. You got to put your pride, your ego to the side. He said, you've done your job for all this time. Now, all that shit you taught her, she gonna take that with her where she goes, and you should be good if you did your job. And I'm like, fuck. So I let her go there, right? And I couldn't see, it was like the tree, you were seeing the tree for the woods, right? It's like the tree for the forest. Sometimes you focused on this and you don't see this. You know what I mean? So all I was seeing is her going back home and I was focused on that, but I wasn't seeing what opportunity this would create once she left and was safe. So now somebody could call me and be like, yo, bro, I'm going to book you for this. Or, yo, can you meet me in San Antonio? We got, oh, yeah, cool. I just changed, packed my bags, head right to the airport. I don't got to worry about finding a babysitter for her or somebody to watch her or how she's going to get to school. None of that. So I said, instead of me looking at this like, why is this happening to me? I started looking at it like this is happening for me. This allowed me to be able to go and do what I wanted. So me sending my daughter home so I could be able to do all these things and be free and then not giving it my all is slightly disrespectful to her. It's like, yo, you sent her home. It's not like she didn't want to go, but you sent her home to be with her family so you could have the freedom to really go hard and put your full, your maximum effort into this and you're not doing it. If you was gonna get a regular job, you gonna half-ass it, you could have just went back home with her, or she could have stayed here. You could have babysat her and put your career on to the side. So I woke up and just said, fuck that. Now it's full speed ahead. I'm not fucking around. I got a kid that's looking up to me. I need to be the example for her. It's like, yo, this is what can happen when you put your mind to it. So if I gotta sacrifice and send my kid back home, nah. I gotta I gotta be all in. I gotta make this worth the sacrifice. Period. There's no other way to put it. I just can't. I can't, express it enough. So yeah, I'm disappointed. I was disappointed in myself. I had to shake back and say, okay, nah, we on this. But now that's what I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm going full speed ahead. And again, if there's any, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm full speed ahead. Let's put it like that. You're gonna see a lot more of me, and I'm trying to make the best of this shit. Um, I don't know. Really got much else to say. I don't think. Wanted to do an hour. We had like 54 minutes, 55 minutes. Um, I know I'm forgetting something, man. I know I'm forgetting some shit. Oh, last thing. Kind of off subject, but not really. If anybody, nah, I ain't gonna talk about that. Fuck it. That's for another stream. We'll do that another day. It ain't nothing serious. Um, yeah, man. So I think that's my time. We've been here for almost an hour and shit. I gotta eat dinner, man. Make some food. hit this treadmill for another a quick 30 piece, trying to burn these calories off, man, get this six pack. So when I get in that movie, I can be, yeah, man. So I appreciate the people to join today. I'll be doing this more often. I ain't gonna have no like scheduled stream. I'm gonna just do this when I feel like it because trying to this is too much. Videos, live shit is hard to stick to a schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because something come up, they're like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Where you at? You're like, nah, I just need to do it when I can do it. But what I will do is if I know I'm gonna be going live, like, oh, I'm gonna go live later, I'll post it. Yo, I'm gonna be live at this time. So if you see it on Instagram or something, you know you can miss it. If not, turn on the notifications. It'll tell you I'm going live. You know what I'm saying? So do me a favor before we go. If you're not subscribed, right? Don't just subscribe just to do it. If you want to hear me do the Chronicles of Mike Murphy, subscribe to this YouTube, comedian Mike Murphy on YouTube. If you want to watch the videos where I'm doing the advice with Mike segments, where I'm reading the letters and the DMs that I'm getting, and I'm giving advice, that's Mike Murphy TV. If you want to watch the podcast, because you like that, that's the Mike Murphy Show. But don't just subscribe because what I learned from YouTube, shout out my man Trey Mo from out of Atlanta. If you get people to rush to one platform and subscribe just because like they like you on Instagram or something, people who like short form content don't translate to long form content. So what happens is you get 7,000 people to subscribe to your YouTube and you put out videos and none of them watch it because they're just doing it just to do it. It tells YouTube the video is trash. So it buries it. So only subscribe if you want to support and tap in and you like what you see. If not, just go check me on Instagram or TikTok. No harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm not going to be mad about that because the support anywhere is respected. But on the YouTube shit, if you want to see long form, then yeah, go subscribe. Like a video, share it with your friend, comment, tell me what's good, what's bad. Just be respectful because, boom, before I go there, I'm glad I thought about this because I was saying this before. I think I sidetracked when I was talking about the Twitch shit and the streaming. I said it didn't feel like me. Here's what happened. When I was going to YouTube, focusing on trying to find what I want to do on YouTube, I was doing reaction videos. I did a pop the balloon one. I did a 20v1 like dating show one. And then I started feeling like those were like the trending things. I didn't want to be lumped in with all them people. So I started reacting on like home America's Funniest Home videos because I was basically just roasting the people on the videos, right? And they was doing okay. They wasn't doing crazy, but it was all right. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you right now, it didn't feel organic. I felt like an older dude trying to do some YN shit, right? And I swear to God, I talked about this before. Somebody commented, and I would thank him if he didn't delete the thread, but he deleted it, so I don't know who he is. But he commented on this channel, matter of fact. So if you're seeing this, bro, message me or comment so I could get with you. He said, yo, cut the G act out. This is YouTube. Stop acting some shit. Either take the advice or don't. Now, initially I thought he was saying some shit like, stop trying to act black, which I am black if y'all didn't know. But I took it like he was saying, like, stop acting black. This is YouTube, be yourself. Some shit like that. I got offended. I was like, nah, elaborate. What you talking about? And he was like, yo, you see how Jake and Logan Paul is corny and be like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can get a bigger audience. Brands will work with you, yada, yada, yada. Now, what he was saying, the message was poor as fuck. Like, he delivered it terribly. And then I kept asking him 100 times, what are you saying? Because if he'd have been like, yo, stop acting black, I would have dismissed him. But if he just said, yo, clean up your image a little bit, because then now you could reach more brands and more people, I'd have been like, oh, cool. But he said, cut the G act. That sounded like some white people like, you know what? Just cut the fucking act, Tyler. You're from fucking the suburbs. You're not from the hood. That's how I heard it in my head when he said this shit. I'm like, what? But I think what he was really just saying is like, yo, make it more palatable and digestible for more people. So that way you can reach a broader audience. Because when I do comedy shows, yeah, I want predominantly black people to be there because they're going to understand what I'm talking about because my stories and my comedy is rooted from a black experience. You know what I mean? But I also have jokes that every race can relate to. So I know for 100% I can't sell out Madison Square Garden if I just got a nigga audience. I'm gonna need white people. I'm gonna need Hispanics. I'm gonna need Asians. I'm gonna need a bunch of people to do that. those feats require a bunch of different ethnicities. So, anyways, when dude said that, I deleted all the reaction videos because I felt like I was trying to fit in. Like the way James Jones dresses right now, like he's a young nigga, knowing he's almost 50, that's how I felt making the reaction videos. And I didn't like it. So I deleted all the videos. I said, fuck it. I ain't doing that shit until I figure out what I'm good at. And then the advice with Mike segment came up, and I was like, this is perfect. Giving advice on some OG shit to people who's like, yo, because people are like, yo, yo, OG. I used to be like, yo, bro, I'm only 40. What you talking about? Nah, but you know what I mean? So now that I took that and I said, this is more me. I could be funny, give the advice, yo, this is what I think. Boom, boom, boom. And I don't feel like I'm doing some trending shit, some reaction videos or some, you know what I mean? So that's why I think the Twitch might not be for. I think that might be like until you have a real life that people want to follow. I don't know. Like this stream is going on right now. When I log off, I'm gonna go see what that's doing and see what's up with it. I don't know, but I forgot about that. That dude said something to me, and he basically pressed me in the comments, and then he deleted the thread. So I don't remember who he was. I think he was giving helpful information. It did help me no matter what. He definitely delivered it poorly, but I think that the root of it, I received it well. So thank whoever that was. I appreciate that. Because it made me regroup and then do something that I'm more comfortable with that I actually like doing. So expect more of that. Again, subscribe to the channel if you want to see long form content. If not, again, fuck with me on Instagram. Fuck with me on TikTok. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate the support. So until next time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe. It's Friday. Enjoy y'all weekend. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. But remember, everybody ain't gonna do it. I'm telling you to do. Some people is gonna drink and drive. So stay alert, stay alive. Ladies, cover your drinks, watch yourself, protect it. Enjoy your weekend, man. I will see y'all next week, hopefully, God willing. Again, check out all the content that's posted. More to come next week. I love y'all. Be blessed, man. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Until next time, man, stay safe.